Well, we have several products that have several functions. Our Feel Right Drench is a widely used product, and it's really good to help rumen work properly. It's also got stress relievers in it, so you can kind of have your animals de-stressed, if you will. There's a vitamin pack in it, so kind of gets them up and on their feet and ready to go. Okay, the Feel Right was kind of made. A friend of mine had a problem with some calves, and they were orphan calves, and he said, "Boy, if I could get something that would be close to colostomy," he said that would be great for it. So I kind of researched it and seen what all they needed, and also we put together the microbes, probiotic microbes that we use, and along with some vitamins and electrolytes to kind of help them over their stress period and getting them to go to water and feed as well. And it took a couple tries, but we finally got it right, and the product works real well for that. It's a oral drench, and the best time to apply it is right when they're born. You could apply it, and it would work well to help them. Or if you're buying cattle, when you get them in, first thing you need to do is get it in them to where you get their gut system working. That's the key to the health, is for the guts to be working properly, processing whatever they're eating. So the sooner you get it in them, the better off you are. Well, I worked with Perry Owens, a good friend of mine and customer, and we worked together on this. He had problems with chronic type cattle, and their lungs were just a wreck. So I did some research on lungs and figured out what natural things I could put together to make a product that would help them. And it works on your upper respiratory system. It will not heal what is already dead, basically, but it'll give you the whole capacity of what the parts of the lung that is left. If you got a 20% capacity left, that's all you'll get out of it. But like for colds and pneumonia and stuff like that, it'll knock it right out of them. Well, when you first notice that symptoms would be the time to administer it. It's also a liquid drench, so you would do it orally. Like I say, the first time you see any kind of signs of labor, breathing, or any sorts of things of that nature, I would say would be the time to apply it. Well, it came about through a conversation with some folks that had a lot of infection problems, and I found there's several things in nature that's very good for infection, and I put these components together, run it through the micro process, and develop the product. And we tested it in several different ways and found that it was a pretty remarkable thing. It'll work well for infection type situation, and cuts and things like that. If you can apply it topical, it works. You can inject it, and it works that way as well. It can be used for many problems. Well, most minerals are imbalanced, basically. So what we did is we researched a bunch of different minerals from different companies, and we found a company that had a pretty balanced mineral. And we add the probiotics to their mix of mineral, basically, and it just makes it work better. It makes it more available. An animal can use it. It puts more or less chelates it, so the animal gets the benefit of it right away. think that free choice is the best way to feed the mineral. It's a granule type mineral, and we believe free choice is the best way because the animal knows what it needs, so it'll consume it at a rate that it needs, and then once it's balanced out, the levels in the body gets balanced out, then they just use a minimal amount to maintain. Like about an ounce and a half a day is what they'll usually use. If they're mineral deficient in the beginning, then they'll eat quite a bit of it till they get balanced out. Well, we needed what we try to do is fit the product to the user, and so we got a product that was in a dry form, and some guys couldn't use it. It just didn't work for them. So I came up with the liquid feed additive, so they could add it to syrups or the liquid feed type stuff, and the microbes just work. Once again, it's about health, and it gets the gut system working right. So they're getting a dose every time they take some of this liquid feed in. They're getting the microbes as well. Basically it's you put a gallon of this to 250 gallons of the syrup or molasses or whatever you're using. The cheapest thing you can find. I mean, it's all about pricing. There's no sense in paying high dollar for stuff that's added to it that you really don't need. So we said, find the cheapest stuff you can find and add our product to it and let her go. But it's the additives that they add to it that drives the price up. Basically, I mean, all liquid feeds are kind of based on the syrup, and then they add what they want, vitamins or whatever, ureas and different things. I'm just saying you don't need all those things. Basically, you're using the feed as a carrier for the microbes, and so it's not important to have a high dollar feed. The whole overall goal is to get their gut system aligned where they can utilize what they eat instead of sending it out the back. They use it in the system and get the benefits from it. I mean, that's why you have overeating in cattle, is that there's not enough nutrients in it to satisfy them, and so when they intake a bunch of it to try to get satisfied. If your conversion is better, then they'll eat less. They don't need as much, and that's basically what the microbes are doing, helping them convert the feed to the energy they need.